had the Maverick since May, and I'm going to be doing the first oil change for me. It had one that, the dealership that I bought it from threw one in. It's a Mazda dealership because I bought it used, so they threw one in, but now it's the first time for me doing it. And I understand there's a cover, a tray underneath there that may be a bit of a pain to remove. I don't even know what tools I need to do it. I guess we'll find out together. Do I need to jack this thing up? Maybe, maybe not. I hope not, but I feel like I might. And yeah, we're at 33% oil life remaining. I don't want to push it right to the full oil life. I just feel like with the turbo and the direct injection and all the other stuff, I just want to change the oil more often. Oil's pretty cheap, filters are cheap. Mobil 1 synthetic oil is almost as cheap, if not cheaper, than conventional oil these days. So we've got a couple jugs of that. We've got an OE Plus filter. I really like these. These are made by Champ Labs in Indiana. So they're actually made in the USA, imported by Motomaster Canada, and they seem to be really decent quality, really good price. Champ Labs is the same company that owns Man Filters and Lubrifiner Filters as well. So those are some pretty well-respected brands, so I'm more than happy to use these. And of course, we've got a completely decrepit Briggs on the bench because lots of people do that, okay? It's normal, stop.
Palm trees, broken roads, desert dust bowl sun, where the bill man will call you almost every week. Which bills to pay today, what's left in the fridge to eat. Where stars frame the night, born out of dreams, just close enough to give hope, but too far to reach. I left there with that hope on fire, a backseat for a bed in search for something brighter.
Engine's still there, so I guess we better change the oil. We're pretty much right on the button there, on the hash marks for the safe, and the condition there doesn't look too bad actually. Put that in partly. Okay, let's get after it. Oh, we should check the catch can. One of the disadvantages of this Oxido work light is it's got magnets here, which is, lovely. But this is aluminum. That's steel, but you know what? We're going to use one of the handy dandy hooks. Maybe this one. Yeah, that works pretty well. All right. The catch can seems to be weather dependent. If it's humid out, it fills up really fast. Mostly with water, not a lot of oil. Yeah, a little bit, not much. This is an Evil Energy catch can, and I can put the link down below if you want to get one for yourself. It's caught a little bit of goo, but not a ton. It's mostly water. That was a smelling mistake. Well, one of the biggest problems when you're dealing with things that are fastened with screws, and if it's hard to see, and especially Torx, you don't quite know what size you need, and you're up and down. And the last tech who was under here really did me a solid and left one of these finger tight. So I was able to remove it, and now I can go find out exactly what socket I need. There is a whole bunch of these under there. I'm not certain it's worth the time of jacking this thing up, but it might come to that. I'm gonna try and do it without first, and then it might still happen. I'm gonna go get a screwdriver bit. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Oh. Eight, 9, 11, 12, 13. Looks like that's the total, I think. I'm gonna try and get off this little tab back here. There we go. And there's the bottom of the engine, which I hear lots of rumors of transmission leaks and stuff. This looks all right, looks nice and clean. There's our oil drain right there. Oil filter right here. So once that's off, this is all not too bad at all. Got a drain for our PTU, which is nice. Won't have to drill holes like I did on the Flex. No time like the present. Get a drain pan and start dropping oil and filter off this thing, I guess. That's 14, 15, pretty large hex on this guy, which I actually appreciate. Let's see. That's a perfect fit at 15. And I'll write that down somewhere so I can remember it. Time to see if the last guy was a gorilla or not. Nope, not bad. Not bad. Good job, Mazda. What filter did we use, Mazda? A Napa filter. All right. I'm good with all of that. One screw slightly loose on the under tray. I can live with that. I've done worse myself. Okay, while that's draining, I'm going to do a little bit of research into something that may or may not make people angry. Oh boy. All right, well, I found what I was looking for. We've got an MOPH 3614 oil filter here. And, well, you all know what side I'm on. I'm always on team fill the oil filter, but in some discussions with people that got a little heated, I said, well, ultimately, I guess we should just do what the manual says. And in this case, they do not say to fill the oil filter. So against how I was raised, I'm not going to fill the oil filter. In light of recent events, is I'm actually going to torque this drain plug. I don't have to, I usually do. There is a spec for it. Believe it or not, there's a torque spec for the oil filter. That's a new one on me. Where did my socket go? I just knocked it away. There it is. So if you're OCD like me, it's 20 pound-feet. But I don't want to break any more vintage engine flywheels. I have to check my other videos to see what that comment's all about, if you're curious. Good. Let's try gorilla test number 2. Oh boy. Oh, nope, I'm not getting that off. Oh, okay. Guess if I wanted to, this is maybe how a guy could torque his filter. It's 72 inch-pounds and then 180 degrees. So there you go. I think even I can't be bothered with that. Ooh. Might have gone a little too hefty there on that, fellas. Oh my. Oh gosh. That was some tight. I mean, better than loose, for sure. But, whew, that was some tight. There goes my furnace. So we'll just put some music over this part. I was missing one before. Somebody lost one. Well, let's... somebody lost one before me. Ford says this should take 5.5 liters, and this jug is 4.73 or 5 quarts. I'm guessing 5.5 liters must be 6 quarts. Anyway, we're going to basically put this whole thing in and fire it up and see where we're at. Overall, I must admit that while being a worse vehicle in almost every conceivable way, Jeep Patriot was much easier to change oil on. It did have some superior ground clearance and access through the underneath foam panel thingy to do an oil change. Maybe next time I'll cut some holes in this under tray just so that I don't have to pull it off every time. That would make life a whole lot easier. Actually, it'd probably be pretty easy to change oil on this thing without having to do that. There is a company that makes, I think they have a 3D printed file, actually, 3D printer file, that you can print a cover, and then you buy a certain latch and you cut a hole just so and print this thing and put the latch in, and then you can just have a little cover there, which would be awfully slick. Where's my... There we are. Kind of want to get the hood struts too, so I don't have to fight around this prop rod. Yeah, we're bang on the top of the hash marks at 4.73 liters or 5 quarts. So once we run the engine up, I assume that'll come down just a touch. This thing just looks like spaghetti, eh? It'd be really nice. Some of the Corsairs and stuff had a cover, and I know guys were able to get them. They're out of production now, but I mean, the studs are right there. Just be a snap-on to clean this up. Okay, that's it. Oil pressure light went out. See where we're at. Okay, we'll give it a second to drain down. Actually, it looks a bit high right now. I don't think that's accurate. Yeah, we're actually right there. We're just halfway. We're into the safe, but we're not at the full, so. I'm probably going to start running the flex on 530 as well. It runs 520. It's naturally aspirated, not an EcoBoost. But I think at this point in its life, it's not going to hurt anything to run 530 as opposed to 520. Finish off the 520 that I've got, and then next time it's getting 530, so I only have to stock one kind of oil. Settle for a moment, I guess. Yeah, we are right at the top of the hash mark now. We are perfect. So that is, I guess that could be easier, but could be a lot worse too. All right, let's reset the oil monitor. So key on. Come on, truck. Yes, the driver door is ajar. 65K to empty. Okay, there we go. We're gonna go up to settings, menu, information, oil life, there we go. Okay. Oil life 32%. We're going to reset oil life and hold OK. There we go. We're at 100%. Back, back, back. Okay, so we are at, okay, there we go. 64,905.6 kilometers. Oh, hush. And it was due, according to Park Mazda, which does 5,000K service interval, 62,835, which means they did it at 57,835. And we're now at, it's gone, 64,905, which, you know, a little bit of rough math, carry the 11. 57 to 64 tells me we're about 7,000 kilometers, which was 33% left. So probably about 10,500 kilometers would be the 0% life remaining, roughly 6,000 miles. Again, that just rubs me the wrong way. Seems like a little bit too long. So I guess in truth. Oh, come on. It's really that stuck.